NFTs, usability, and utility.
My name is Megan Nilsson. I go by Crypto Megan, and I'm a high-end portfolio and Web3 strategy consultant for companies, celebrities, and brands. And currently on a world tour, speaking tour. AIBC is one of my top shows. I love this show. And advocating for women and educating on this space so we can propel more brands into the space. We can create more adoption, make it easy, make it digestible for everybody, right? Those are just some of my NFTs there. That's the Crypto Megan community. A little bit about my background. Since I only have 10 minutes, I'm going to get right into it. So I have a VIP Telegram group for everybody in the audience. So I want to give back a little bit. And if you would like to be in that Telegram group, please tag me in AIBC if you find any of this interesting, and I will let you in the group. I give daily updates and alpha on projects that I'm seeing, and it's a total value of $600 a year. So I'm happy to add you to that group. So basically, NFTs. They're being used by the next generation of internet pioneers. In the coming decades, it's going to reshape the internet as we know it, with property rights baked into the code. That is so important. So what does the internet of the future look like with NFTs as the building block? An internet where economic control lies in the hands of creators, not platforms, where ideas and creativity can be directly rewarded, and where information can be free. That is so powerful. This is such a movement. And now as creators, as a creator myself, and very interested in the entertainment industry and brands and how content creators can connect with their community, NFTs are disrupting everything, right? So it says here, NFTs will start cars, open houses, gate real-world events, represent ownership contracts for $1 million real-world assets. Sky is the limit. I mean, NFTs are going to run and govern our lives. We're going to be able to use them for everything. So here are just some of the use cases that we can apply them to, which is, across many audiences. The next talk that I'll do, we'll talk about IP, NFT, intellectual property, and how you can use that to build businesses. But today, I'm going to focus on a few things about NFTs and IRL use cases. So in real life, real life use cases. So here you can see I visited the Bored and Hungry restaurant here in the Philippines, which is actually a restaurant created out of a Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT. And why is that possible to create something out of this and such a movement? It's about culture. I did a podcast with 𝐒𝐿𝐬, the chairman and co-founder of Animoca Brands, and he says NFTs are digital stores of culture. So within that culture and that community, we have all the power. And, the power is in the community to make these businesses grow and thrive and building on the IP that somebody has licensed out to us. It's actually quite revolutionary. And we have one big player in the space, Snoop Dogg. I think all of you know who that is. And as I mentioned, I launched a podcast to feature celebrities doing meaningful work in Web3, actually lifting the space up, and industry leaders. And I'd like to play a clip from his son, Cordell Broadus, about Snoop Dogg getting involved in the metaverse and NFTs.
I wasn't going to do it at first. I sat down in New York 2021 and they were showing me the Bored Apes and all that. And I picked the one out for my dad because it was a helmet and got a cigar in his mouth. I'm like, okay, I see the alignment there. And really what I wanted to do was just have him own it. And he sat me down. He like, it looked stupid just sitting in my wallet.
I wasn't even going to come to the better.
He's like, can we make music? I'm like, yeah, we can make music. He's like, when? Weird. And I'm like, they don't have platforms for it just yet. And he's like, man, I'll take it too long. I started to research and look around and I ran across Spotted Wi-Fi. Like, look, teach us the game. Talk to me, show me how to do this stuff. We need to bring the masses in. Somebody with Snoop's platform can definitely do that. So with his Bored Ape and use it as a single cover, we did one song, but 500 copies and sold out like in 10 hours.
So the important part here is to know what you can do with that IP, and big players who have these massive platforms that can reach out to the audience and actually get them interested in this space. People like Snoop be led by industry leaders like myself, like his son, on how to do it properly and really engage with the customers. So that NFT, the NFTs that he dropped were music NFTs, and I actually own them. So I now own the right to put that song in my presentation, to put it in my YouTube, to use it for my commercial rights. And so the list goes on. You can really build upon the foundation, which is super cool. So next up, I want to talk about that. This is the focus of music in NFTs. So for creators, I mean, this is a whole new world. You used to have, you really need millions and millions of streams on Spotify to make any kind of money. I mean, it is just a bad business for artists, and only the big ones make it. So now, as content creators, as musicians, as professionals, we can build our small communities, our hives, and thrive off of those small hives. And that's why community is so important in Web3. So this is another guest on my podcast. His name is Spotty Wi-Fi. He actually showed Snoop Dogg how to get involved in music and NFTs. And so he only had 10,000 streams on Spotify when he dropped his music NFT and made about $200,000 in just a minute off 700 fans. That's it. That's all he needs. And now he's a six-figure artist. You know, I mean, this is revolutionary. And you can apply this to any field, anything you want. We can go ahead and play that. Yeah.
That was basically my drop album. So that was August of last year. We sold 2019 was 700. So for the purchase that, they were at $97 views at that time. It was 0.03 and we're doing this. So it was just 60 seconds for after 60 seconds. It's still out right away. So that was about just under $200,000.
Wow, you want to bet like that? We let that sink in, okay? You're telling me you made 2,000 different tracks or NFTs, right, and sold those only to 700 people. I mean, people are under the impression that you need millions of fans to make this kind of money, and you made just under $200,000 in 60 seconds on one drop. I mean, that's mind blowing.
At that time, I had like.
So fewer than 10,000 streams, 5,500 Twitter followers. And the reason why I want to highlight this is because you can do so much now with just your small community that you've fostered within the NFT community through NFTs. And you can allow your fans then in that track that he dropped, then they can have access to him. He can give them special perks for being in his club. They're now part of a community where they get special bonuses when they buy the songs, when they buy the NFTs. So we're revolutionizing the industry entirely. This is one other video. The last video I'll show you, and then it's all just slides. But I also did something in the metaverse recently where I hosted a high-end fashion show, a red carpet fashion show, receiving VIPs from all over the world, including Hong Kong, for a famous fashion designer. And this is also another use of NFTs. You can port your NFTs into different events and kind of like pop in anywhere in the world. So this is touching on NFTs in the metaverse a little bit, but it was a mere replica of what was happening in the real world. And I'm telling you, we felt like we were there. We were there on the skyscrapers, on the top floor of a penthouse in New York. And I was just sitting behind my computer, just one click away. And this is the power of this movement. So I was welcoming all the people from all over the world. And even when you tried to access a VIP area, it would say only for VIPs. So it actually had like features implemented in the metaverse from real life. Go ahead, check this video out. So you can't hear it much, but that's me talking to a really famous NFT personality who showed up to the event, and he's from LA. And I'm welcoming him to the metaverse, to the red carpet. And this is the red carpet. That's what it actually looked like in New York. And so we got to all be together and join this event together because of that power and that interoperability and connectivity. Yeah, so it was super cool. And this is going to bring us all together on a level we could never have imagined before. So this is really interesting. Now, a few practical use cases. I'd like to point out always the Starbucks loyalty system, how they're able to now use the blockchain without their end user even being aware that they're using the blockchain. So now they give them reward points by loyalty points on the blockchain that they can buy, trade, and sell. And the difference from the other world is you need lots of money to accumulate lots of stamps, right? You need to buy lots of copies. But in this iteration of the web, it's just your time. You can trade your time to the people with money who want to buy those stamps to win whatever Starbucks is rewarding. So it's a whole new dynamic. And then we have here Tiffany & Co. raises $12 million with zero marketing spend in less than 30 minutes because they targeted people with CryptoPunks in their wallet. And they knew that those people would most likely be interested in high-end fashion and want to show off what they had. And they made that spending zero marketing dollars. So, you know, it's a whole new world where you can connect directly with the consumer based on what's in their wallet. So it's revolutionizing brands as well. Also for tickets, you can bake that into the code to have experiences. There's so many benefits to using NFTs. This is just a project that I am involved in lately that I wanted to bring to all your guys' attention since I'm here. It's called 𝐶𝐸. It's a decentralized internet infrastructure. So building an entirely new internet that isn't blocked, isn't censored, that is accessible in all countries, bringing free speech and freedom to all. So the reason why I'm bringing this to your attention is because now they're minting domains as NFTs, just like ENS domains, where my name is 𝐃𝐸𝐬𝐬. We're starting over on this whole alternative internet called 𝐶𝐸, and now they're auctioning off all those new domains. So, for example, I just bought realestate.com, bingo.com, scores.com, and vacationrentals.com. So those are all minting now. And the cool thing about an NFT is you can bake the rights into the code. So the cool thing about these is when you mint the NFT first, then you have 25% royalties on all future sales and bids for life. So imagine starting over with a new internet where you can do this. And so they're having this auction for the next year. And that's how they're deciding to sell the domains, which then goes back into the treasury. So completely different from the way we do it in the Web 2 world. I highly recommend you check that out. And then finally, one example I want to give as we're getting ready to transition into our next panel, which is NFT IP, intellectual property rights, and how we can implement that in our businesses to grow our businesses from the community, is the doodles. So we're seeing a lot about, physical toys in the physical world. Funko does $900 million per year. And the cool thing that the Doodles NFT is doing is they're using the spatial experience to earn extended license to NFTs for Doodles to create digital figurines and tactile-like toys. So what does this mean? The competition in the physical world for Funko Pop physical figurines is $900 million per year. And the digital version of that through NFTs is just right around the corner. So we're on the precipice of this massive movement in this $900 million industry that's now taking advantage of this in the digital form based on NFT. And one last thing I wanted to bring to light was a company called Ethermail as tools for creators. If you want to connect directly to the wallet, somebody's wallet, to be able to access the information without having their name, their gender, their race, basically all you know is what's in their wallet. So as a marketer, you can now, if they accept you through Ethermail, like the Web3 email solution, you can now target them directly. And it's a really cool feature because brands can market to whoever's holding a certain NFT. So it changes the dynamic completely. And yeah, that's just an announcement about my podcast that I just launched to help educate through entertaining information with, celebrities in Web3 doing meaningful stuff, because it's the first time they can actually contribute value. Right? They can bring this to the masses, and that's what we need. I firmly believe that the next 300 million users to get onboarded will be onboarded by brands doing cool things, right? And so we need to embrace that and showcase that and access the Web 2 world in that way. And a lot of people in the NFT community are doing a really great job at building the bridge between the two worlds. And these are some of them. That's 𝐷𝐷𝐷, Vermana Mocha Brands, Snoop Dogg Family, Body Wi-Fi. So if you want to get more educated on this topic, please go ahead and subscribe, and I hope you learn a lot. And basically, we're just on the precipice of something really, really incredible to come. I mean, I believe we're in the very, very beginning stages of the next bull run. And if you're hesitating or waiting on the sideline to learn or get involved, now is the time. The music stopped. All the noise is gone. Get involved. Get involved now, and you will not regret it, and you'll be part of the pioneers in this movement. And I'm honored to be one of those here today with you. So thank you so much.